Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
What's up? Oh,
all right.
sorry,
Welcome. No, you're good. You're good. Welcome back to the show, y'all, where we interview the nation's leading real estate entrepreneurs. I am here today with Todd Smith, and today we're going to be talking about the spirit of the deal. Just to remind you all, at Investor Fuel, we help real estate investors, service providers, and real estate entrepreneurs 2 to 5x their businesses to allow them to build the businesses they've always wanted, to allow them to live the lives they've always dreamed of for major impact. So, Todd Smith, I'm super excited to interview you on the show, talk about the spirit of the deal. I know we had a really great get-to-know-you sesh here before hitting record.
Bro, we could have recorded that. It would be a good show. The opener would have been a good show, bro. So here we are.
You're right. I agree, man. So tell everybody a little bit. I know you gave me a little background, but tell everybody a little bit about your background, what you've got going on now, and what you're super passionate about.
Perfect. I'm Todd Smith. Brothers Keeper is my organization, and I got started in construction. I started college after 10th grade. I just went from 10th grade straight into college in Orem, Utah. And so I started an electrical apprenticeship very early at 17. So I was running commercial jobs, as like a second-year electrician, remodeling Shopco. And so I got responsibility very early. And then I got married young and had children. So I have 8 children. And so always the demands required success. So I always had strong goals. And I got into the point of understanding that as long as I pictured it in my mind and I focused on it with the right emotions, that I could create any potential. The question was not, can I do it? The question was, how much do I believe in myself when I start that deal out? How many zeros do I actually believe I can pull off? And for me, I always was adding to that, going bigger. First I did $1 million deal, then it was 10, then it was 50, then it was 75, then it was 100, then it was 350, and now it be no different other than my knowledge and my belief in myself. The process is the same. The number on the outcome doesn't matter. And so I kept going bigger and bigger and bigger and found my way into the top tables, in the world. So a lot of amazing people there and great lessons. And so my belief is that real estate is basically a fishnet that harnesses energy that humans create when they live in a neighborhood. If we manage that energy in a more efficient manner than we are right now, that energy alone could create the economic needs to pay off all of those people's houses. It is a method that is very simple and will equal the end of people paying for their homes if I have my way on planet Earth. And so instead of making $250 million on a project, I can leave it as an endowment. That money yielding returns can pay off everyone's houses in there. And that's a very simple, knowable explanation of how everything there can be free to the customers. to the people living there.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
And so I mean to change all of the way people live. I'm very aggressively going out the gate to try and create a place where if you don't want to have a life bound to a job for 40 years and a 30-year mortgage, that you should have a place to live and pursue your passion without being, if you have to buy a $500,000 condo, you have no choice but to enter the system, and then you're victim to the system. And so for me, the passion comes from the idea that I can help humans and their suffering with easing conditions for living. That is my passion, and the money flows as a result of that passion. And so that's the spirit of the deal that we're talking about. If you go do a deal for profit or for money, you tend to get the energy of the deal around that money, and then you attract greedy people. When you come for your passion, every single paper you write, every contract, every pen, everything is in that passion, and the energy will reflect in the success of your deal.
Well done. Where did you end up finding this passion from? Was there a specific experience that you went through or something that led you to where you're at now?
There are many, many specific experiences. I'll just tell one quick story. I was with my dad, and we were taking some garbage. I have 4 sisters, and I'm the only boy. And so it was basically me and my dad doing the hardest chores. You know, their chores would be like clean the bathroom, and mine was like mow the fucking acre-and-a-half backyard and clean out the garage before you have football game. So I learned very young that there was nobody to lean on to get the job done. And so I found this little teddy bear, man. I was probably 8, and it was in the garbage, and I picked it up, and my dad's like, "That's trash, throw it back." And I kept it, and it would say, "You're a winner, Teddy knows, man." And it would say, "You are a born leader." And it said, "You're on the way to the top, man." He had like a 3-piece suit. He was all cool little teddy bear. And I believed in my heart, as I would hear him say that I was born here to lead and to help. And so never did I even, it could be as simple as this freaking little bear whispering in my ear at night that I'm a born leader. Um, Gave me the idea that I can make this planet a better place. And what man is a man if he does not make his world better? And so I've had many moments. I won many BMX racing events when I was little. I had the fucking big trophies and all that stuff, and so I learned what it took to be a winner, and always I just try to approach, even as a husband, as a father, as a friend, as a disciple of my man Jesus Christ. All of those things I approach in that same vein, and it seems to keep working out for me because I have now live a life that I cannot imagine getting any better. I'm absolutely in heaven. So,
Really? What makes you say that about where you're at currently?
um, I have found such purpose in the circumstances and the adversity that I've overcome throughout my life. I mean, I was I purchased 125 acres in Maui, Hawaii, and I closed in December of '07, right? I was like probably 25, or let's see. No, I was probably more like 30. 125 acres in Maui, bro. Moved at the time, 6 children and my family to Maui to pursue that project. And I had about maybe 20 million in houses in Salt Lake area doing big, like I would buy builder bailouts, and I would fix them up and finish the houses and sell them for millions of dollars. And so I
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
I've been beat up. I've lost it all. I've had to sit in my truck alone. I've had to work 3 or 4 days straight many, many times. And in all of that adversity, I have found the training and the knowledge necessary to take my experience and convert into wisdom. And I have found such peace in the human being that I am today. I don't regret one single thing. Even the hardest days of my life are a gift from the God of gods, who is so wonderful that if you give him a seed, he gives you back a tree and all the fruits and seeds you could ever want. That's how good planet Earth is. Every element here is trying to usher you into your fullest expression of your DNA. All you have to do is interact with the circumstances that are in your area and appreciate them for what they are. The kingdom of heaven isn't some place you will be brought to. It's a state of consciousness you reach in your mind where everything is at peace, where you have surrendered to whatever this planet is going to deliver to you. Let's be honest, we're on a fucking rock flying through outer space. It's not like you're in control here, man. Any idea of control is pretense. So human beings get in their canoes and they try to paddle up the river of life. And that's just fucking nonsense. Turn your boat around and enjoy the ride. It will take you where you want to go. If you want to paddle over to use some of your energy to go over to the side and check things out. But there has been a life designed for you that is in the coding in your fucking DNA that is the best life you could imagine. When you find your way to the knowledge that all you need is contained within inside of you, you cannot suffer. What would you suffer from? Oh, this is too hard. And if you don't want a hard situation, you don't intend to have an impact on this planet. Do not run from hard, embrace hard. It will make you who you are.
Mm, I love that. Now, let me ask you this, because with everything we're talking about here, our primary audience are real estate investors, people that are wanting to get started, things like that. Like, how does somebody go from where you started as an electrical contractor and then starting to develop properties, doing big deals? How does somebody go if they want to, change the world? They've obviously got to make a lot of money to do it, right? So how does somebody go from not knowing where to start to doing a $1 billion deal, as you've said that you've recently done?
I would say that the number one thing is understanding the mechanics of energy and money. Like, money is just a screwdriver, all right? Money really is not understood very well by Americans. And so understanding that money is a flow of energy and the dollars is just an individual marker of where you're pulling something out. Like when you hear Elon Musk is 330 billion, much of that is shares and paper wealth. This isn't real money, right? And so understanding the nature of money would be a really important thing, and its workings, its flow of energy. It has an in, it has an out. Breathe in, breathe out. You don't hoard it. You don't pool it. It can't. Money doesn't work for you if it's in a pool. It must be flowing into a project, and so understanding that it's singles and doubles and building. A great book would be The Richest Man in Babylon. I don't know if you've ever read that. It's like a very simple, you know, the simple rules of investing, and always stick with the simplest rules. People are going to tell you, oh, this is the greatest deal. Oh, this is the greatest deal. Bro, know this in real estate. There's always another deal. If you are feeling pressure to do a deal, don't do that deal. All right. So,
Mm.
yeah, the investment window is small. You have to make a decision quickly, but there is always another deal. If the idea that I'm going to miss this deal is part of your underwriting, then you are off kilt.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
And so you must balance back into, there will be another deal, bro. There always is. So a sales pitch on how good a deal you're getting can't be from the person who stands to gain when they're telling you what a great opportunity you have. So that's bunk information. So know that there's always going to be another deal, but the most important thing, just observe. Every table the first year I did, I was making as probably a 24-year-old, I was probably making 350,000 a year, and that was 2002. So that was a lot of money. Owned my Range Rover, my fucking diesel truck, my blah, blah, all that. Great life, at 24. And so I did one real estate deal and I made 300 grand in 90 days. And I just was like, I've been working way too hard for that money, running electrical crews and bidding jobs and fixing service calls and fixing, sewer pumps in the middle of the night underground, and so all that stuff that I made. And so I just started buying people lunches and I would ask questions nonstop, realtors, mortgage people, title people. Just observe. Pay attention everywhere you are. When people are talking, don't be thinking about your cat or your dog or whatever you're going to fucking do on Tuesday night. Be in that room. Be present. Your subconscious mind has the ability to record every single thing you're hearing. And so focus in your mind, go back to those conversations and learn from those things. And then you become a learner. And no matter what end of real estate you go into, you will be picking up the clues that will that will increase your prowess and you'll be successful at whatever you do. So observing, you must learn from your mistakes and don't dwell on failure. You're not, it's, it's real estate, bro. Cities, empires have risen and fallen on this. If a failure or something happens in you, just get up. There is no such thing as failure, man. You are better than next. I lost everything. I'm sitting in my truck. I had fucking two S classes. And I had 14 cars when I moved to Maui. 14. And I'm not talking fucking Hyundais, bro. Range Rovers, G-Wagons, Escalades, Benzes, all of it. And I'm in '09, I'm sitting in my truck crying in a parking lot with fucking $2 in my pocket. And I just was I was like, God, why would you do this to me? And he was like, you are better today than you have ever been, you idiot. What do you know if you only know winning? Winning's for clowns. You don't learn anything in winning. Let's find out who you are. Your 6 kids got to eat tomorrow fucking morning, bro. Your job is paying you $20 to break plaster off the walls. Well, then I better fucking work 20 hours today and make $400. And so driving across country, doing whatever it takes to feed my beautiful family made me a man, bro. Failure shows you who you are. Embrace it. E- Economic failure. You cannot fail if you're continuing to learn. You will just get better and better. That's number one.
What does day to day look like for you now?
I have slowed my roll beyond even comprehension. And I spent probably 14 hours a day in silence. And I have a very close circle of just a few friends. And I spend the majority of the time in my mind.
Hmm.
So,
What is that?
silence.
What does that look
So,
like?
I walk 4 to 5 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours a day, just walking. And I, uh, walking mostly walking and standing and dancing. I hike on some cliffs above a very beautiful hiking spot, and I've started to become a little nomad right now. I'm floating around. I got divorced last year, and the relationship with my children that are still at home has been weakened, and so we don't talk much. And so I'm, for the first time in my life, finding out who I am. And so I'm doing some wandering, and I'm headed over to the UK and up to Alaska to meet with some very powerful healers. And so we can, in the spiritual way, humankind is very much suffering right now. And this is a product, much of this is the economic. Many people are choosing real estate, like your listeners, to try and find a way out of that grind. And so, healing your mind is the way out of that grind. Understand that no success that you achieve will come from outside of you. I know this is a complicated concept. The knowledge inside of you integrating into your understanding of your transaction will be your success. It won't be because you got to the right place at the right time and fucking made the right offer. Your mind understanding your transaction and seeing the problems, that will be your key to success. It's always going to be in your mind and in your heart. It will not come from outside of you. That's so key to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I went from 50 million to $100 million deals, I didn't meet someone who gave me that opportunity. I finally awoken to my own potential and my belief in myself. And that triggered when I knew I was ready for $100 million deal, so did everybody else in the fucking room. If I'm not sure about it, then neither are they. I was at a meeting and this guy's telling me, I need your passport. I got to get you White House security clearance. And I'm like, whatever, man. And he's like, Todd, if you want these people to vet you, they will vet you, bro. If you don't believe in you, why would they? So this was a lesson from a billionaire that I learned. I'm in a room that's beyond vetting. If I'm in that room, you don't need it to be vetted. And he sees my unbelief in me and says, if you don't fucking believe in you, how will they? You know? So all of that has to come from inside of you. You have to know that I'm capable of dealing with whatever problem comes up. You underwrite your transaction, you evaluate your risk, you decide if the risk you're taking is worth the likely return. You problem solve everything that might happen, and then you prepare for everything but those things happening by knowing you're ready to deal with that problem.
So now, because there's obviously got to be a practical skill set that also comes in, because anybody can just believe in everything, and without some form of action, like you can't just manifest things to come to fruition without some form of
Yes,
action, whether in
yes.
the universe or within yourself. So how does somebody find a deal of that size, even if they believe in themselves? How do they get in a room like that?
you you have to understand there are no shortcuts. I didn't do a fucking $1 billion deal on my first deal.
Mm,
I did a spec house. Look, I the first spec house I did was 750 grand and I was 21 years old. So look, that is like a fucking $1 billion deal to a 21-year-old back then. That'd be like a $4 million house now. Anyway,
sure.
so your skill set, like I was an electrician, so I watched how every house was built. I'm wiring houses for 15 bucks an hour and I'm fucking pretending I'm the general contractor. I'm noticing nails that are out of place and sheetrock nails that are popped, and so I paid attention to all of the details, and so I could immediately see, oh wow, this is a great job, and I learned the mechanics of it. So as an electrician, I was constantly problem solving. Oh, you want a new light there? Oh, let me see. I could go underneath here. I could go out that pipe. I could go up over here. So everything was just a function of, dude, I can get there. I just need to find the direction. And so become intimate with your product. If it's houses, start like, there's tons of information online. People will go through the mechanics, but flowing your energy out is what allows miracle energy to come back into you. You must have flow. Your manifestation can only come into existence if you are transferring energy. And so get a job, maybe as a realtor. That might be a way. You're working, you're trying to make your commission, but I don't know how many deals I got, perfect deals. I brought in a transaction to a mortgage guy. I said, here's the file. 3 days, we fucking funded $2.4 million. 3 days, bro. I'm talking funded. And so everyone's like, how do you do Todd's deals so fast? And he said, when he brings me a deal, everything is in it. I don't even have to ask for anything. And so you need to understand the mechanics of your part of it. And so getting in with your hands and taking that, Napoleon Hill talks about this. If you're flipping burgers, treat it like you're the owner of the place, and the energy will bring you to your next step. You don't need to know 20 steps. Don't picture $1 billion deal. Picture you as the most proficient real estate investor that's ever been. That's you. You're the asset, not your real estate. And so take your steps piece by piece. If you're working for a part-time title company, then an investor's going to be waiting one day in a closing, and you're going to strike up a conversation, and he's going to be like, wow, I really like I've been looking for a personal assistant. Capable people are needed everywhere. Demonstrate your intelligence and your understanding of your industry, and people everywhere will be looking to bring you on. And listen to your heart. Trust the energy to pull you into the circumstance that is best for you. This is quantum mechanics. This is all that matters as a human, being able to draw in those opportunities that are perfect for you.
Man, this is great. One last big question as we kind of start wrapping things up, and we'll probably have to have you on for a part two. We try to keep these to 25, 30 minutes long, but if you had to go back to the beginning of it all, knowing what you know today, doing the deals that you've done, what would you do different and what would you do the same?
Bro, thank you for this question. This is the only question that matters, and it doesn't fucking matter what your industry is. You must understand, you are not your body. Your body is a fucking collection of dust that is held together in an electrical arrangement between atoms. You are the consciousness driving that body, okay? You are electricity, and you are moving in a beautiful dance with all the energy that God has bestowed on this beautiful planet Earth. You must understand the laws of this planet. When you serve another human being in love, my man Jesus brings his grace. That offering can feed 5,000 people with a couple of fishes and some loaves of bread. Give away the thing you want, and Jesus and planet Earth and all that is holy will see that return to your experience. Stop coming to get. No matter what you do, if you serve another in love, karma will see that return to you. So as an investor, you put out energy on behalf of a hopeful return. Know that you cannot be stolen from when you put your energy out in love. This planet will see your return. And no matter what industry you're in, no matter what your transaction looks like, come to serve. Your deal will win. It doesn't matter what it is. And so that if I could impress that on little Todd, I wouldn't have run around like a fucking animal doing things for profit for so many years. I didn't even know what I was doing. So I didn't even know there was an idea that you might not do something for profit, capital profit. So anyway,
You
that's
bet.
number one.
Absolutely, man. Well, thanks so much for being here with us, Todd, and sharing this wealth of wisdom with us. If people want to connect more with you, how would they do that?
I have a website that is very fucking cheesy cracker shit, but you can schedule a Zoom with me one on one. I work for free. I serve Jesus alone. I'm here to fix the planet, and I do not require money. BrothersKeeperUtah.com. I'm on TikTok at a Fit Brothers Keeper Official. I share consciousness ideas, business ideas. Thought I can end your suffering. I'm a healer. I have been sent from Jesus to heal this planet. I will be fixing it. You can get a hold of me. My time is here for planet Earth and its healing. I will take you one on one. I require no money. I am only here to serve.
Awesome. Well, Todd, thanks so much for being here, and for everybody listening, hope you enjoyed this episode here of the Real Estate Pros Podcast. Make sure to subscribe and follow for more, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks so much.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.